What if everything you learned about human history was wrong? 600 years ago, before agriculture, before Stonehenge, before the pyramids, someone carved 20-ton stone pillars into perfect circles, decorated them with intricate artwork, then deliberately buried the entire complex. For 10,000 years, this monument waited in darkness. When we found it, it shattered everything we thought we knew about human civilization. I'm about to show you 3 impossible civilizations that shouldn't have existed but did. Hit subscribe and that notification bell, because these archaeological facts will challenge everything you thought you knew about our ancestors. These aren't fringe theories. These are hard evidence that our ancestors achieved the impossible, then mysteriously vanished, leaving us monuments we can barely understand today. Turkey, 1994. Archaeologist Klaus Schmidt uncovers what he thinks are medieval stones. Instead, he finds the world's oldest temple complex, 11,600 years old. Here's the problem. It was built by hunter-gatherers who supposedly had no civilization at all. No cities, no agriculture, no complex society. Yet Göbekli Tepe contains massive T-shaped pillars weighing 20 tons each, arranged in perfect circles, decorated with intricate animal carvings showing extraordinary artistic skill. The craftsmanship rivals anything built today. These Stone Age people somehow quarried, transported, and erected monuments that required coordinated labor from hundreds of workers, without wheels, without metal tools, without beasts of burden. But here's the strangest part. Around 8000 BCE, someone deliberately buried the entire complex. They brought in hundreds of tons of soil and carefully covered every pillar. Why would a civilization spend centuries building the world's first monumental architecture, then deliberately hide it from history? Klaus Schmidt believed they knew a catastrophe was coming and wanted to preserve their sacred knowledge for future discovery. Ground-penetrating radar shows we've only excavated 5% of the site. What else lies buried beneath our feet? From 3300 to 1300 BCE, across modern Pakistan and India, flourished a civilization that shouldn't have been possible. An advanced urban society with no evidence of warfare, slavery, or extreme hierarchy at its peak. It covered more area than Egypt and Mesopotamia combined, with over 1,400 cities and settlements. In 1922, archaeologists uncovered Mohenjo-Daro, a perfectly planned city that was 4,500 years old. Every house had private bathrooms and toilets. Every house connected to sophisticated sewerage systems with covered drains beneath every street. This level of urban planning wasn't achieved in Europe until the 19th century. Yet it existed in the Indus Valley 4,500 years ago. But here's the real impossibility. Despite extensive excavation, archaeologists have found no palaces, no temples, no weapons of war, no depictions of battles or conquests. How did they create complex urban civilization without the violence and hierarchy that defined every other ancient society? Their writing system remains completely undeciphered after a century of study. What knowledge did they record? What secrets might their texts reveal about organizing peaceful civilization? Around 1300 BCE, they simply walked away. The great cities were abandoned, their sophisticated infrastructure left to crumble. An entire peaceful civilization disappeared so completely we didn't know they existed until the 20th century. In ancient Mexico's tropical lowlands, from 1400 to 400 BCE, arose the Olmecs, the first civilization in the Americas, achieving technological sophistication in complete isolation from the Old World. Their colossal heads, massive stone sculptures weighing up to 50 tons each, came from quarries 60 miles away. The Olmecs transported these monuments across swamps and jungle using only Stone Age technology and wheeled vehicles. No beasts of burden, no metal tools. Yet they moved mountains, literally. But they weren't just skilled sculptors. The Olmecs developed the concept of zero independently, created complex calendar systems, and built astronomical observatories with mathematical precision. They tracked Venus cycles, predicted eclipses, and developed mathematical concepts that wouldn't appear in Europe for another 1,000 years. Around 400 BCE, Olmec civilization collapsed. But unlike other disappearances, their influence lived on. The Maya inherited their writing system. The Aztecs adopted their religious concepts. It's as if they served as a cultural bridge, preserving advanced knowledge across centuries. But where did their original knowledge come from? 3 civilizations, 3 continents, 3 time periods. Yet they share disturbing similarities. They appeared suddenly, fully formed, with no gradual development. They achieved things impossible for their time. They all disappeared mysteriously, leaving monuments their successors couldn't reproduce. Each possessed sophisticated knowledge from their very beginning. Advanced astronomy, complex engineering, mathematical concepts requiring generations of study. Where did this knowledge come from? How did supposedly primitive people acquire such understanding? Today, new technologies reveal we've barely scratched the surface. Ground-penetrating radar shows 95% of Göbekli Tepe remains unexcavated. LiDAR uncovers hidden cities in Amazon jungles. Underwater archaeology finds submerged civilizations beneath rising seas. How many impossible civilizations await rediscovery? These civilizations prove human history is far more sophisticated than we imagined. Our ancestors weren't primitive. They were capable of extraordinary achievements we're only beginning to understand. The Indus Valley shows complex societies can exist without extreme inequality. Göbekli Tepe demonstrates long-term preservation thinking. The Olmecs prove innovation flourishes even in challenging environments. These impossible civilizations are really the story of human potential, our capacity for achievement that goes far beyond what we usually imagine. If this journey through hidden history has expanded your understanding, subscribe and join our community of truth seekers. Hit that notification bell for more archaeological mysteries. Tell me in the comments, which impossible achievement inspired you most? Your insights spark new investigations into humanity's hidden past. Our ancestors chose creation over destruction, preservation over loss. They left us monuments that challenge us thousands of years later. The question is, what impossible achievements will we leave for future generations to discover?